What is NHS? NHS is Novak, Hout, and Sherman. And three of us had made surfboards together. NHS came about in 1969 when we were making surfboards and selling what they call reinforced plastics, which is the materials to make surfboards, sailboats, chemical toilets, ambulance tops. And then because we couldn't make money on surfboards, we started selling raw materials. And then we incorporated in 1973 because that's when we had enough money to incorporate. And then into that, you got the skateboard part of it. So a friend of mine in Hawaii, Jimmy Hoffman, had a contact with a sporting goods store, Macaulay Sports, and they ordered 500 skateboards. And so we put together 500 skateboards and they all sold. And then going from skateboards to clothing was a matter of going from hard goods to t-shirts and sweatshirts. And that was where that's where the clothing came in. And then we did snowboard clothing, cut and sew clothing on down the line.
There's all different types of brands. There's Element, there's Plan B. There's all kinds of different types of skateboards, but Santa Cruz, they have their own unique style. They put their own identity to their boards, and I think that's what truly appeals. That's what catches my attention.
We create brands. All the brands except for a couple we created. So we need a brand to fill a void or a hole in the industry. So we have a brand that's Santa Cruz that covers a lot of areas. So then we needed a brand like Creature, so that covers a certain segment of people. And Independent does skateboard trucks. Road Rider does wheels, OJ does wheels. So each brand gives you an independent company, basically, that can go insert into the certain part of the market. So we cover from the hardcore guy all the way to the Little League player. And we got in touch with Simpsons, which is Fox, and wanted to cut a deal with them, and the guy that was running their art department was an old skater. And then we learned how to do licensing with the Simpsons, and then we took it into the Star Wars Lucasfilm Industries, who eventually sold to Disney.
Santa Cruz Skateboards is appealing to me because it represents skating, worldwide and nationwide and statewide, citywide, in Santa Cruz itself. It's just people like me, that wear it, and it fits. I don't care what I wear, if it represents skating, then I'll wear it. Santa Cruz is one of those brands that just, represents skating, and it has so much history behind it, and that's why it's so appealing. A lot of this, you got pros like Jason Jesse, Rob Rosscop, Jeff Kendall, Jeff Grosso, there's a lot of these guys that made skating what it is today, and they made Santa Cruz so appealing.
The artist that created the art with us is named James Phillips, and him and I are boyhood friends. And his art is iconic to NHS, and he was the guy that set the pattern for the art in the 1980s. We kind of screwed around with it in the 70s, but then he created all of the monsters and stuff. And his mind is, you can figure out if a guy creates this stuff where his mind goes. So.
Everybody that works with Santa Cruz, like the designers and everybody that's involved with Santa Cruz, they truly have a passion for the sport, whether it be skating, the clothing line, surfing, anything that they do. They have a passion for it. It's something that they love. It's something that they've been born doing. Other companies, they have people that have degrees in design and all that, and all they focus on is like what's the best marketing way to make a profit. But Santa Cruz, everybody has a passion for it. They put their heart into it. They put their own sense of identity, and that's what I think is what makes Santa Cruz so successful.
Why do you think your brands are so popular?
Because we're so cool. Come on, give me a break. Maybe Watsonville High is a little lame, but it's just work. We just kind of keep it up front, keep it clean, keep it good, keep it fun. NHS's goal was to, first of all, employ us because we couldn't get work elsewhere, and secondly, to survive and make a living. And the goal to this day is pretty much the same. But now we have, where we had a family of 3, we have a family of 100, and if you extrapolate that out with all the family members, it's about 500 people. So Now it has to support 500 people.
I think the reason why NHS and Santa Cruz Skateboards has been lasting from '73 to now is locals. It's the local movement. You know, it's you support your own brand. You know, I mean, if you were to make your own T-shirt brand, you'd want to support it. You know, since the day you created it. So that's what Santa Cruz Skateboards is. A bunch of local kids, you know, skating and representing where they're from. And that's what's been keeping it alive since then.
NHS is the best company in the world. NHS is where it's at. Santa Cruz is the best brand. Santa Cruz, what?
Santa Cruz, NHS is the best, NorCal. Yeah, Santa Cruz, woo!
Santa Cruz, yeah. NHS is the best.